Welcome. You are listening to the Uncensored Chatter podcast, powered by Pina Viga Universal Media. The thoughts, ideas, and suggestions of Gage Kirby, or any conservative, does not accurately reflect the reality of the person or situation discussed by Gage Kirby or any conservative. We do not advocate for or promote the hate speech, racism, anti-LGBTQ+, and/or any far-right thought, idea, suggestion, comment, statement, and/or misinformation that Gage Kirby and the conservatives presents in their various statements and communications. Gage Kirby does not represent or is affiliated with this podcast, and his statements are his own responsibility. Pina Vega Universal Media is not responsible for the welfare of Gage Kirby or any conservative who may appear on this podcast, or how individuals will react to their personal ideologies and political motivations. Thank you. Listener discretion is advised. This is the Uncensored Chatter podcast with your host, Shinai An.
On go Loki and the Yacht Collective. Bullshit. Derivative. Is art good just because the right people say it's good? Yes.
Do you know how fucking stupid and creepy this shit is when you have to constantly comb through someone else's content looking for any little bit of negative bullshit they say about someone for any reason at all, just to act like the person they're lambasting is somehow the victim that can't defend themselves, when the person in question was the one that ran up to the guy you're bitching about swinging in the first fucking place? Okay, so apparently our scaly, ugly, fake trans trending, child rape worshipping psychopath has apparently heard of my little scuffle with Kelly. Now, for everyone that doesn't know, the issue's resolved, we talked it out. It was less than like 10 minutes of me just to explain everything to Kelly. Yeah, it took like 10 minutes to explain. It was not very hard at all. Like, I might not be a big fan of Kelly, but I don't hate or dislike Kelly. as an individual. I'm referring to you as a singular entity, not a pluralistic noun. I don't know why it is that if I say things specifically about you, it somehow spreads to other people that aren't even involved or know the situation whatsoever. It doesn't. You're basically just making the fucking argument that a whiny little retard should be allowed to blame everyone in the group for one thing that they caused themselves to go through by basically assuming that everyone in the group is somehow under their fucking umbrella as well. They're not. It's not my fault you're a babbling fucking retard. But are indeed fraudsters in a never-ending scheme to scam people out of money to fund themselves, that anyone who puts Gage into a narrative of accountability and scrutiny are automatically two-faced and emo. No, I'm saying that Kelly automatically trying to blame me because she chose to get involved in a situation she openly claimed she didn't understand and openly admitted that she didn't want anything to do with is two-faced. And emo referred to the way that she was dressed and the particular style of makeup she was applying. I wish you would actually do some level of research as to what is going on or just ask a fucking question instead of assuming you know the answer when you're obviously trying to conflate it with things that don't actually have relevance. Narasi, who protect others from being continuously bullied and harassed by Gage and his entourage, create hours-long propaganda videos about how everyone is far less superior than him because they don't live by the quote rules of life that he and his organization follow by mandate. He entices people into having debates with him, but when you join his debate, usually held on Skype, a private Discord server, or via social media messenger or some kind, and which he promised he would be civilized, one-on-one debate, which he would be a moderator of, like sort of low-budget CNN debate, his buddies would gang up on you and state every reason as to why you should kill/harm yourself, regret ever living, or why/how they would kill or harm you. Again, saying that one... Like, okay, so what you're saying is, like, you get involved in internet blood sports 2 particular times, and you being involved in internet blood sports twice, somehow basically covers the entire range of interactions you and I have had, where I have just straight up asked you civilized questions. And instead of trying to listen to what other people have to say, and try to listen to their concerns and express some of your views, you bitch and cry and try to talk over them and gaslight them and feel like they're just a fucking asshole, so reacting and freaking out about nothing. You're openly ignoring their concerns. anything to bother this person in their real life. Me saying don't do this is me publicly saying don't do this shit because I don't stand by it. But you know, why would you listen to what anyone fucking says if you can act like a little fucking retard? A lot of Gage comments and content that has been removed by multiple social media sites for its infringement on their respected TOS terms of service. Thank you for saying that. Citing from hate speech to scams, from bullying, harassment, go as far as copyright infringement, and much more. No. Here's the thing. If I call you an asshole, you claim it's hate speech because you identify as a protected class, so you lie about what I say and why. You go out of your way to say that I'm scamming people, but the reality is I'm not trying to ask anyone for currency or any sort of financial reimbursement for simply making a video that takes like a half hour to upload. It's not harassment or fraud or bullying. If you act like a dick and I say you act like a fucking dick. It's not copyright infringement just because you personally decide that the dumb shit you wrote shouldn't be criticized and scrutinized by an eye that sees right through the bullshit you're trying to spray in everyone's face. And here's the thing, a lot of this shit is considered harassment because you're trying to get other people fucked with because they hurt your feelings. So shut up. Gage himself did a purge of his videos on social media after the consequences of his actions literally reached his home in the rural Lake District of Michigan when his home was continuously raided by SWAT teams. It wasn't raided by SWAT teams. I didn't remove my videos because I was swatted. I took down the videos about you because you and I had an agreement that if I took the videos down, you'd take your shit down, including your books, and you leave them out. That was the agreement you and I had reached. And I upheld my end of the bargain, but you never did. I asked you why the fuck it is you weren't taking down any of those retarded little TikToks you made about me. The entire time you basically just sat there and pretended to understand what I was saying, and kept saying that I was an asshole for doing what I said I would do, and honoring my end of the fucking agreement. And when I criticized you after the fact, you blocked me and then said that I was being an asshole because I was questioning why the fuck it is that you were not abiding by your alleged agreement that we had mutually agreed to. My home wasn't raided by SWAT teams. I was swatted twice by people that had nothing at all to do with you because I pissed them off. And it's not justified to possibly get someone killed by law enforcement just because someone hurts your feelings on the internet. I don't care what your lame-ass excuse is. If you want to call someone an asshole or an idiot, fine. But don't send people to fucking kill them. Don't send people to harass innocent people who have nothing at all to do with it, who also reside with the person who hurt your fucking feelings. When you swat someone, that's not some big brain move. That's the move of a dipshit with a small dick who thinks that they're getting back at someone who just makes stupid opinions. Reality is a lesson that Gage never learned. So, your idea of reality is that it's justified to harm people or get people possibly shot by police officers who are under the impression that the person is dangerous. But it's not okay for someone to say, what you're saying is fucking bullshit, it is fucking stupid, and you should be made to question what the fuck you're saying before what you're saying is used to hurt someone else in a really fucked up way, all because you're an idiot that will believe anything. Like, how is the former not worse than the latter here to you? Like, how do you define the difference between people could get hurt for real, people might be mad for a day or two? The reality that terrorizing people both on and offline has consequences, that his words / actions be used against him, and that his power within the ranks of DC conservative groups stops once he leaves the compound of their protection and start walking into the real world. Again, there is no protection. Your idea of protection is that someone is able to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, can at least understand the sentiment and agree with the reason behind it, instead of just, well, this person's a bad person because they told someone to stop being a fucking idiot and buying into every little bullshit line and being fed by anyone that refuses to tell them the whole story. Do you enjoy sounding like a crazy fucking spaz that constantly needs to say everything that someone else goes through is justified because they hurt your feelings? Again, there is no compound. There is no nothing. I live in the regular everyday world all day, every day. The reason that I don't suffer horrible fucking consequences is because 1, you're full of shit, 2, you're crazy, and 3, no one believes you. The people that do believe you are colossal fucking idiots that will be easily persuaded to believe otherwise when anyone has evidence to the contrary around. Gage is responsible for every word that he has said against women. It's not against women. I'm not saying an entire sex of people are somehow responsible for a couple of idiots saying dumb shit. Every word he has said against transgender individuals, you mean individual, because you're the only, quote, transgender person I've ever spoken negatively against. Every racist comment and meme that he has posted, stated and or approved of, every Asian that he attacked, every label that he imposed on people falsely, and every threat that he has delivered against the lives of others. So, I call you names. I say you're a shitty person. I say you should wind up dead. And for some reason, those 3 things I've said specifically about you automatically mean that dozens of other people or hundreds of other people are somehow being targeted with that same fucking sentiment and that same premise behind it. No. You're literally just being a colossal dipshit trying to misinterpret my language and say other people are suffering because I call you retarded. This person called me mean names. It means that there are hundreds of other people that are in danger all the time because I'm crazy and I think that everyone else is wrong. No, you're fucking insane. You're insane. Because you are legitimately accusing someone of, like, murdering, like, being a genocidal lunatic because they disliked someone's stupid fucking take on a situation they admit they know nothing about. And then you're trying to drum it up with some sort of fake-ass fucking narrative or you act like it's some sort of, like, stupid action movie level horse shit where all of a sudden, like, 1 minute there's, like a chase scene with a car, and the next thing you know, everyone's running through a mall, there are ninjas and shit after them. No, it's nothing like that. There was a disagreement that lasted for 48 hours, it was resolved in, like, 10 fucking minutes, and that was it. There was nothing that needed to happen after that, because Kelly and I talked about it. We discussed it, I explained everything that happened, she acknowledged that she was wrong, we both apologized to each other, and that was it. There wasn't any sort of bullshit that followed it, because that was it. It ended just like that. It didn't need to continue after that point, because the issue had settled itself. You're literally making up shit that didn't fucking happen, just so you can say that shit happened that didn't, so you can say, I'm an asshole, because I hurt your fucking feelings. We here at Panavega Universal salute women like Kelly who stood up against the abuse culture that is presented by conservative men like Gage and his DKT clan. No, you're basically saying that Kelly's in the right for saying a bunch of shit she didn't even prove, just because the shit she didn't even prove was said against me or Damien. That's all it is. It's just all your own personal ass hurt that you were acting like is justified because someone hurt your feelings previously. And then you're trying to act like me disliking your shitty behavior and disliking Kelly's actions when it came down to just jumping randomly into a situation she admits to not having a clue about. It's somehow the same thing as her being fucking assaulted or attacked or killed or something. It's not. And here's the newsflash for you. Kelly herself is actually very religiously devout. She's a Christian. And speaking as someone who's atheist, I don't really take issue with her religion in and of itself. Whereas you would attack Kelly for her religious beliefs. Not only that, but I don't think she's particularly now, I don't know what her views on trans people are. Maybe she has my, like, live and let live view of trans people for the most part. I don't know. Maybe she has that same view I have, like, let these people be as long as they're not hurting anyone. But I don't know. It's possible she might not have that view. And the fact is, like, if she has the same kind of views as Dustin Nunn, who's a homophobe, transphobe, religious zealot, you might change your tune. Or Kelly will somehow no longer be those things in your mind because it's convenient for you to find a reason to support her even after you would have attacked her for saying the same shit that Dusty said, even though you keep trying to put those words in my mouth, even though I've never spoken them. But yeah, this has been like a bunch of horse shit written by a fucking lunatic. See everyone later.